Welcome back to the Morning Beat. It is our honor to be joined now by Ryan Russell and Corey O Brien. Now, Ryan, just a little personal note, he made history in August of 2019 when he became the first openly bisexual NFL player. His coming out segment was in ESPN. It's currently nominated for a GLAAD Media Award. Thank you so much for being here with us, you guys. Corey, you also recently just penned a personal piece for Out Magazine on your sobriety. Thanks for being here with us. And how are you both holding up during quarantine?
Thank you for having us. I mean, quarantine has been tough, but it's also been something that has brought us closer together.
Yeah, It's weird. Days that look so identical, just like waking up, being around your house, can be so different emotionally. You know, some days you can be relaxed and just, happy to, for us in an instance, happy to have someone with you and just have time to take care of yourself in your relationship. And then other times, you want to get back to work. You want to see your family. You want to see your friends. So it's been a roller coaster, but
how long have the two of you been together?
Almost a year. We met a year ago. We've been together. I mean, we made it official in July. So
congratulations.
Thank you
so much. Yeah. And the rest is history. He couldn't get rid of me.
Well, let's talk about some history, because when I heard NFL, I was like, is that new acronyms for the LGBTQ community? What does that mean? And they were like, bisexual. And I was like, bring them on. No, I'm just kidding. But really, you did make history, and it's incredible. I feel like there's a lot of toxic masculinity, obviously, in sports. Can you talk about what made you decide to come out, and really what the experience was like for people that don't know that story?
Yeah, for sure. I think when people see NFL player, they think all these different things, like you said, toxic masculinity, just sports culture and the perception of it. And all these big daunting things, are kind of scary. Some are fact, some are fiction. But really coming out is a personal journey for everyone, whether you play in the NFL, whether you're a professional dancer, whether you work an office job, whatever it is, it's so personal. And I was at the point in my journey where my own survival was rooted in truth, and my own love and self-love was rooted in visibility and honesty. And I had to come out. It wasn't really an option for me. I was at a point in my life where living in the closet was doing way more harm than anything. And I knew those around me who love me and support me would do the same.
Ryan, I'm curious to know, so this was last year you came out as bisexual, which is a whole different conversation, because a lot of people just have mixed emotions about what bisexual even is. I think for many of us, like when I came out 20 years ago, I used the word bisexual because it was like an entry point for me, and it was like almost acceptable for my parents, even though I've known I was gay since I was 5. But when you did decide to come out in 2019, looking back, I know Michael Sam came out years ago. And he had, at the time, had been, I think he was like Defensive Player of the Year in the SEC, or I believe it's the SEC. And then things didn't quite turn out for him the way that it does for most people who would win an award like that in a major conference like that. Did the reaction within the NFL towards him have an impact on you? Did it keep you from coming out sooner? Did that impact you in any way, shape, or form?
Possibly. It's hard for me to sit down here and give you a list of the reasons and the factors, but there are so many things that more likely contributed than not. I remember seeing Michael Sam coming out and kissing his boyfriend and getting drafted, like you said, after having such an amazing award as SEC player, Defense Player of the Year. And my notion then was very much like, let me see what happens. Like, I wish for him the best. I don't know this man. I know that he's an amazing collegiate player. And I just wish him the best. I was like, I want to see how the NFL reacts. I want to see how he does. And, sadly, he didn't make it on the NFL team for the regular season, but I can't even say that deterred me. If anything, it might have even encouraged me, because he seemed happy regardless of the outcome. NFL and football it's a dream job, and it's a pursuit, but it isn't all of who we are. I just remember watching very closely and being a little scared for him, but very much proud and just curious.
Well, I'm curious to know, now you've come out after playing in the NFL, you came out as bisexual, and as people were coming to that understanding, then you came into an interracial relationship. Has that played a part in the public, or have people been pretty cool with it? How does that go? Because, we're still in 2020. We're talking only now about the shooting that happened in Georgia. I mean, racism is still very real. Do you experience that even within your relationship?
Babe?
I will say, I think the one thing that we are really we really focus on is staying away from social media and the comments. We don't read them. We really don't get invested in that. But what was surprising for me is that when he did come out, a lot of people had an issue with him dating me. It was just not anything that I expected to happen. I wasn't really aware that that was going to happen. I had an idea that people were not going to be supportive over his sexuality, but I didn't know that the first thing they were going to go to was attacking our love for one another and attacking our skin color. Yeah, we've experienced it a lot, but I mean, we stay far away from really all of those negative things that try to really impact our relationship.
I would say we weren't really prepared. Like I said, we were focused on sexuality. I remember just being like, okay, babe, this might happen. We're just sitting here thinking of a million things, but no matter what, we have each other. And when people outside of the LGBTQ community had something to say about sexuality, I think we were just ready for that. It was just like, okay, we prepare for this. But when people outside and within the community started talking about our interracial relationship, we were like, okay, well, this is new, but we'll just apply the same rules. Like you said, don't look, don't read, just focus on reality. Because at the end of the day, if the internet crashes and all social media is deactivated, it's going to be us two in our relationship and our happiness, and that's all that matters.
Well, I'm curious to know, Corey, because with the shooting, down in Georgia, that's now finally getting the attention of Ahmaud Arbery, that it deserved. I'm in an 8-year relationship with a black man from Georgia, and so when these sorts of things come up for me, I feel I need to apologize sometimes, almost for my whiteness, and I need to try to let my partner know that I'm hurting for you. I don't know what that's like exactly. Does that come up anytime in your guys' relationship where you feel like you need to sort of like relate to each other in a way that maybe you're not fully able to understand and comprehend, but you still want to support?
I mean, I think in every relationship, you're not going to completely understand or be able to relate in any aspect. The best thing you can do in a relationship is just listen and be there for them. I'm not going to act like I know everything or I have the same experiences as him, but I want to be able to have open communication and also understand that I'm here to listen and just be there to support. Like I will never try to compare my situations to anything that he has gone through. And I can't even act like I know all of it. I'm also open to learning and open to hearing about what he has gone through as a person, as an individual. And that's like the best thing that I can do.
I think that is so beautiful, Corey.
Yeah.
You also recently penned a personal piece for Out Magazine on your own sobriety. You've launched an Isolated in Sobriety on Instagram to support the community in need now. What has that been like for you, trying to, as we all, I know myself, I come from a family of alcoholism in certain parts of my family, my dad's side of the family and on my mom's side of the family. And I find myself making a margarita or pouring a glass of wine a little more often now than I was prior to the quarantine. What has that journey been like for you through this pandemic?
I mean, this is the first time that I really opened up about my sobriety in 7 years. I really never talked about it. I never posted about it. It was nothing that I really felt like I could speak about. I thought I was just going to live the rest of my life as a sober man and just kind of keep it quiet.
Wow.
But I saw so many people struggling. I also heard about the alcohol sales have gone up insanely during this quarantine. And then I started realizing that AA meetings or just going outside, it was not happening for us. There were no AA meetings that were happening. They were all shut down. And I remember when I first got sober, going to an AA meeting every single day and being around people that have sobriety time, it was inspiration. It was what kept me going. And it was really scary to think that people are struggling in isolation that don't have problems with addiction. It was scary to think that there are actually people alone who are struggling with staying sober. Their mind is going to take them to insanely dark places. So that's why I was like, not only is it something that I can just help people with, but I'm finally able to speak on my journey with it and be open and vulnerable. And that in itself, I'm hoping helps other people.
I just want you to know that I hope you know how grateful I'm sure many people are that you opened up about your sobriety because, you're young, you're handsome, you're cool. And oftentimes you want that person that you look up to relate to you in some way. And sobriety is a really big deal. It's a decision that changes your life. I come from a family of drug addicts and alcoholics. I respect your journey. Thank you for opening up about it. I also respect your guys' relationship, being in an interracial relationship, opening up. But you've given us a really great insight into your dating life since quarantine with your new YouTube show. Talk to us about that.
Oh, it's been, I mean, honestly, I feel like we're helping and we're showing others what we're doing, but like YouTube has also been a great outlet for creativity and just putting things out there when we're so bored in quarantine sometime. But I feel like we just want to like spruce things up. We don't want to lose like that spark and the fun things that we were doing before quarantine. So we just tried to find a way to do it while we're isolated.
Definitely. Our last video just about making our home into a restaurant. I mean, a lot of people's homes are built to be sanctuaries. You know, they're built to be like relaxed places where you get away from work. They're not built for multiple date nights. You know, they're not built for work. A lot of us are now working from home more often. We're like, oh, I kind of hate this. Like so to be able to repurpose our home in a way and make it feel new, but also comfortable and very much us was just something that we wanted to share with people and be like, hey, there are cute little things that you can do at your house to get away with your loved one, to refocus the energy just in y'all's relationship or on yourself, you know, if you're living by yourself, whatever it is. So YouTube has been, it's been cool, and it's inspired us to take our relationship to different levels and different places.
Michaela, aren't they so cute? Michaela's 5 years into her relationship. I'm 8 years into mine. You guys are almost a year in. You're like, well, we don't want it to get boring. We want to spruce it up. Adorable.
Oh, I love it. I was looking at my partner and she was like, do you want to dance in the living room? And I was like, no, we've done it a million times already. Get away from me. And she was like, hey, psycho.
I mean, I just joined TikTok and I never thought I would do it.
How do you do it? I've been trying to do this stallion. I can't listen. Look.
Michaela still has a Yahoo account.
I have an AOL account, so I'm right there with you.
We stand. Well, where can people follow you on TikTok?
At Corey _O Brien.
All right, and
so perfect.
And when you guys do get out of quarantine, what's your first real date back out in the real world going to be like? Or do you just plan on dating indoors for the rest of your life in your home?
No, as fun as this has been.
I think probably a restaurant in Malibu.
That'd be something.
Yeah. We need to get to Malibu.
And we need to see the ocean. It's so beautiful out here in Los Angeles, and we don't get to go.
You know what I'll tell you to do? I did this. I took my boyfriend and his mother there for his 30th birthday back in January before things went crazy. The Mastro's Malibu. Right on the ocean.
Yes.
Go there a little bit earlier. Get a reservation. Go a little bit earlier. If you guys need the name of the maitre d', I can give you her contact. And get there a little early, but you have like do what you do, your appetizers, whatever, and then be there for the sunset. It's before it gets too busy, but you can request a table right on the ocean. You can watch the waves crash up on the shore. The sun goes down. It's the most gorgeous thing in the world.
Yeah.
It would be fantastic. That's my recommendation.
We'll be there all day.
Yes, absolutely.
Also, I have to say, so we don't get in trouble, we're going to go see our families.
Blah, blah, blah. That's
Who cares about them?
It's been such a nice break from them, kind of. So, yeah, but now we're ready.
It's time. Well, we appreciate you guys so much. I cannot say it again. Thank you so much for your vulnerability and your honesty on our show and just in life. Congratulations on your GLAAD nomination. Congratulations on an amazing letter about your sobriety. It may be 1 year, but we all start somewhere, and congratulations to many, many years and a beautiful family. Thank you so much. You're always welcome here on Channel Q.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Guys, be safe.
Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell for all notifications from radio.com. While you're at it, why don't you check out some of our other great videos.